Yo, so it's like 11 p.m. right now, and I'm not gonna lie, I've low-key just had like a really fucking busy day, and I have not had any time. Like I haven't even been home all day to even like prepare or record anything. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just go like drive my car and like do a freestyle real quick or something, upload that. I cannot, for the life of me, string more than like 4 bars together. I don't know what the fuck. I'm just tired. I've just been going all day. So instead, I'm just gonna fucking sit here and just talk for a second, unedited. And I think what I'm gonna talk about, I was trying to think, and I really have no idea. So I'm just gonna talk about the first thing that comes to my mind. And the first thing that comes to my mind right now is uh, one thing that like I kind of what is that sound? That's just a car. One thing I've kind of experienced in my life, and my family members also, mainly like my mom, but some of my family has also talked about experiencing where like it seems kind of dumb at first, but honestly, like I don't even really care. Like I kind of not I kind I do believe that this is what's going on. We mainly me and my mom, we kind of noticed that we have these certain like animals will kind of show themselves to us, and sometimes it kind of like sticks in your mind a little bit. Like just for example, like the other day, I was like sitting at my desk, like making some shit or like trying to learn something, do something with music or some shit. And my cat was just on the windowsill chilling, sleeping. And I knew that, so I like looked over at him, and like right on the window, like just a bit above where his head was, there was just a moth, like just sitting there, and just like chilling. And I just kind of immediately knew, like, oh, that's like something. Because at this point, like, I've had a lot of things like this happen to me. I'll talk about another thing that I felt was like very extremely profound, like probably the most profound um, time I've ever had something like that happen. But that moth, I was like, I could just tell, like I should look up what that means, what that symbolizes. And when I do that kind of stuff, it's like I think the symbolism stuff, it can be kind of similar to the astrology thing, where astrology like kind of covers a lot of bases, where if you're like an Aries or a Cancer or whatever, like the descriptions that they use are like pretty vague so that they can kind of apply to anybody. But so the way I kind of get around that is like I'll look it up, and just the very first thing that my eyes go to, like that's what it is that it's trying to tell me. So I did that, and it was like I don't remember exactly. It was basically like change and like transformation, and like they're like supposedly monsters, supposedly like spiritual messengers. And I was just like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like sitting here, I'm like making a change in my life that I wanted to make, like that. I just feel it just felt like confirmation, like you're on the right path here. You're doing the right thing. And I was just like, that's nice. That's what I needed. That helped me right now. Sorry for the fucking awful lighting in this video, by the way. This video is gonna be so shit. I'm not even gonna edit it. I'm too tired. Um, but then this other time, this was kind of the thing that convinced me that like, oh yeah, this is like something that's actually like, and you know what? Even if it's not something that's real or like real or whatever, like even if I'm like making this shit up, I don't really care because like it helps me, and like I can think about it like that, and it works. Like it helps. It makes things easier, and it makes me feel better. So what's really wrong with that? Uh, why do we do anything? It's just like we only do hobbies because we enjoy them. Like it's not even necessarily because it matters or because it accomplishes anything. So like who cares if it's even real or not? Like it helps. So, but this one time, me and my girlfriend right now, this was quite a while ago, probably like half a year to a year ago. We had this like argument, and we were just like fighting a lot. And I was just really, I was just in a weird place. It wasn't even just because of that argument. I was just kind of in a weird place, and I was just like, I just need to go. I just need to go somewhere. And I was like, I just need to go to this place. Like, there's this. I don't really want to like describe it specifically because I don't really want people to know where I live, you know. But basically, it's like this. Like a golf course. I could say that. It's like basically just like this track like around a golf course. or this path around a golf course, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. And it was like kind of winter. It was like 6 p.m. I live in the PNW, so it was like pretty dark. You know, it was getting dark, and there was like nobody there, and I was just like walking and listening to music. And I went and I sat on this part where it like kind of overlooks part of the sea, or part of the ocean, or I guess it's not really the ocean. I'm not gonna say what it is. It's water. That's all you need to know. A body of water. And I was just sitting there, just thinking, listening to some music or something. And this, I think it was a hawk, right? I think it was a hawk, or maybe it was an eagle. Maybe was it a bald eagle? It might have been a bald eagle. I honestly can't remember. It was a hawk or a bald eagle, some sort of bird of prey like that. Is that, no, bird of prey? Is bird of prey the word that, like, you use to refer to a bird like that? Because not thinking about that, a bird of prey. Prey is the thing that gets hunted. Whatever, I don't know. But it was just flying around, and it just was, like, there was kind of a decent bit of wind, so it was basically just floating and just kind of like, doing this sort of thing, just kind of going back and forth a bit. And, I'm sitting on this, like, concrete thing, and, if I'm, like, over here, sitting, like, right here, the bird's, like, all the way over here, and then it kind of comes over, and it just starts circling around me. And it just, like, felt like something, and, it circled around me for a little bit, and then it kind of, like, this went on for a while, and like this whole time it's like doing all these like maneuvers and stuff in the air, and it just felt, when you're in a moment like that, like you can't explain that feeling of profoundness. It's not really something that's possible to quantify. It's like, I mean, honestly, it's like taking drugs or something. It's like not an experience that you can like explain to somebody, really. It's like you just kind of have to do it, to like know what that feels like. Kind of a weird example, but but after a little bit, I was like, it just felt like a present. And to me, what it felt like, and I think I looked at the symbolism, and it was something like this. I have to look this up after the video and shit. I mean, probably should have done that first, huh? But whatever. But it felt like something wiser and bigger than me, just like putting its arm around my shoulder, and just kind of comforting me, and like being like, it's all right, and it just felt so like majestic. I was like it just felt, I felt like it almost felt like, this is an impossible thing to describe, but it almost felt like me from the future, like me after I've done all this shit and accomplished all these things, and become a more happy person, a more, I guess more just like a satisfied person. Because like right now, like I'm happy, but I don't feel like satisfied. I don't feel like I've done the things I need to do yet, like it felt like a wise thing talking to me. And that could have been me, or I mean, I think it also could have just been the universe. And personally, I'll make a video of this at some point. Personally, I believe that everything in the universe is probably the same being, just in different lives. Like I think that the only difference between us, like each other, and between all of the living things around us is just physical barriers. I mean, I think our souls all come from the same place, in the same way that like gravity propagates throughout the entire universe, and the laws of physics kind of exist throughout the entire universe. I think consciousness can kind of come from anywhere, and I think it's the same kind of thing where like, it's not like you would say, oh, gravity over here is like, we're gonna name that gravity like Tim, and we're gonna name this gravity over here Jim. I don't fucking know. Like it just feels to me like the souls that we have, like they all come, it seems like it all comes from the same place to me. And I'm sure you've heard of the idea of like the collective consciousness. I'm into that kind of, kooky crazy shit, which it's kind of crazy. It actually makes a lot more sense, and it's actually like a much more reasonable explanation than you might think it is. I'll make some videos about this shit in the future. But it felt like that. It felt like that thing. It felt like the universe. I think that that's what God is, well, I think it's not. I think God is not just that. I think it's the physical universe as well. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that's just how God acts. But I think what God is like that. that soul, that, I don't know, it's something like that. Getting a little off topic here. It just felt like a larger figure, a wiser thing, just saying, you know, like, it's okay, you know. Like, one day you'll be this fucking eagle soaring through the sky. And, you know, I like kept walking, and I was walking down by the water, and I like sat by this tree, and it, like, the sun was setting. It was just so fucking beautiful. Like, seeing, you know, like, land in the distance across the water, and I could see that eagle or hawk, whatever it was, just soaring like probably quarter mile out or something, just doing the same thing where like it's kind of like going against the wind, so it's almost kind of in the same place, just fucking soaring, just like feeling the air on its wings. And it just gave me such a sense of like, not only like is this world so fucking beautiful and like profound, but just it gave me a sense of like there's more, you know, there's a little bit more. And you're getting a little bit of a taste of that right now. So anyway, super different style of video here. No editing, no cuts or nothing like that. Just me fucking rambling. Honestly, probably good practice for me, because it takes me so goddamn long to edit videos because I pause between every single sentence. I really gotta work on that. But yeah. So I'm glad I at least got something out today. I gotta go upload this shit like right now, or it's not gonna get uploaded before the end of the day. But yeah, day 3 done. See you tomorrow. I'll try to make something better. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.